On January 26, 1985, 29-year-old Sandra Whitlock was reported missing to the Reno Police Department. However, it is unclear who reported her missing. Over a month later, on February 23, 1985, Sandra's body was pulled from the Truckee River. However, law enforcement was not sure that that was the location in which she had lost her life. The last known sighting of Sandra was on January 5, 1985. This was when her boyfriend at the time had seen her in downtown Reno. They were going to meet up after she was done doing some gambling, but she never showed up. She was last seen in designer jeans and a suede jacket. Now, this was the 1980s, so these are just some options that I came up with. Now, there is some conflicting information because it does state on the cold case file for the Washoe County Sheriff's that she was reported missing after she was last seen on January 16th. But all accounts show that her boyfriend was the last person who saw her on January 5th. So that in itself is a bit confusing. At the time of Sandra's disappearance, she lived at 2745 Rondell Way, which were one-bedroom units. There were 5 of them in this location. Now, I'm not sure if the other people that were living in the other units were ever questioned, but I assume that that would be a step that would be taken. Now, going on into this case, Sandra was found off of Painted Rock Exit. Painted Rock Exit is right next to train tracks. It is also an on and off ramp. So it is very close to getting on the freeway and very close to getting off of the freeway. Now, the location of her body was stated that she was found on rocks near the Painted Rock Exit. There's not many areas that you can go to get to the water right there. That are easily accessible. So like I said earlier in the video, law enforcement wasn't quite sure that this is the location where she actually lost her life. But Sandra was indeed shot in the back. And there are similarities in the cases, as I mentioned before. So certain things I want you to take away from each case and find the similarities that I mentioned. And I will be having a live at the end to hopefully go over some of these videos and see what you guys have picked up from them and if you've been able to come up with anything. My intention here is to get Sandra her answers and get her justice. I do not know if she has family any longer, but that is my intent and my goal here. As you can see here in this video, or this picture, it shows you just how close to the freeway that is. And there was, many things that could have happened. She could have came off the bridge. She could have came from upstream. There's different scenarios here. There was a $1,000 reward offered for any information leading to the arrest and indictment of the person responsible for the shooting of Sandra. But as you know, I'm covering cold cases, so there has been no arrest, and Sandra still has absolutely no justice. If you have any information regarding the death of Sandra Whitlock, please contact Washoe County Sheriff's Department. Their information is linked in the description. There is also an option to submit a tip online anonymously. If you do not feel comfortable contacting law enforcement, please feel free to email me at cc@cctv.co, and I will pass your tips along to local law enforcement.